called him Sandy Kane. Few folks even knew his name, but a hero, yes, was he. Left a boy, came back a man. Still many just don't understand about the reasons we are free. I can't forget the look in his eyes or the tears he cried as he said these words to me. All gave some gave all. Some stood through for the red, white, and blue, and some had to fall. And if you ever think of me, think of all your liberties and recall someday. Sandy Kane is no longer here, but his words are oh so clear. They echo throughout our land. But all his friends gave us all, who stood the ground and took the fall to help their fellow man. Love your country and live with pride, and don't forget those who died. America, can't you see? All gave some gave all. Some stood through for the red, white, and blue, and some had to fall. And if you ever think of me, think of all your liberties and recall some gave all. And if you ever think of me, think of all your liberties and recall. Yes, recall. Some gave all. Some gave all.
Welcome to the Veterans Day ceremony put on by American Legion Post 101. I want to thank the Veterans Warrior Society with the Salish Kootenai tribe. They've been helping us with this ceremony for over a decade now. And the students from Loyola who came in wearing the sample uniforms of those that have served in the service over the last couple of hundred years. Let me then now introduce Bridget Burke, who will sing the national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the
Bridget, that was absolutely beautiful. Thank you. My name is Mike Halligan, and normally you'd have Dan Gallagher up here, who's been the commander of Post 101 for over 30 years. He is over at St. Pat's recovering nicely from a bit of a heart infection, and he should be out of the hospital anytime soon. So we are here today again, as we have been over the last 35 years in Post 101, and many of you have shown up for all of these events on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month ever since 1918. And it's a day that is honoring the living. It's honoring veterans. It's not Memorial Day. This is a day to celebrate and honor those existing veterans, those that have served, and those that continue to serve. So it's a day of celebration. And to start us off, I'd like to have Eric Wells give us an invocation.
Yeah, it's something without Dan today, but we're grateful because his son and son-in-law, our daughters and son-in-law, is here helping out and really doing a grand job trying to keep it going for him. Anyway, our Heavenly Father, we're here today, and we're here to honor all those who have served. All those that have been prepared. Some did, but others didn't, but we all were prepared to give it all. We're here also to make sure you're not forgotten on everything we have done in service to our country and our own God. I think there's a befitting poem that I'm going to finish up this with. We will have it laid out here, but let me read it. It says, "Forgotten. They are forgotten heroes. Praise for them was never sung. There was no flag draped caskets, no volleys fired from guns. No loved ones there to mourn, no one there to really care. No tearful farewells, no sound of taps was in the air. They answered their country's call to arms, into battle they did go. Where their final destination was, no one will ever know. May their final resting place, under some unknown sod, may that spot be forever hallowed, for it is known only unto God." And it was written by Thomas M. Pablo. I don't have the date. Anyway, in the Father and the Son's name, amen.
Thank you, Eric. Now I'd like to hear the wonderful music and invite you to listen to the music of LeGrand Harvey.
I long to be in the places that I see, in the pictures of my dreams, where there's mountains full of trees, meadows carpeted in green, silent snowfall, clear running stream, where the bare grass blooms in the springtime of the year, and the larch turn gold in the fall, where there's deer, elk, and antelope, and beaver, bears, and bird, and a yipping kite, serenade them all. Yes, there's no place like Montana, big sky country, my home. Montana, Montana, my home. Jolly Russell clouds paint sunsets in the west in colors of red, blue, and gold. Snow-capped peaks reach endless to the sky, and the grain fields let the gentle breezes flow. There's high mountain lakes, Missouri River breaks, and the open plains where the buffalo used to roam. It's a cowboy song, it's where Indians belong. God's country, my home, sweet home. Yes, there's no place like Montana. Big sky country, my home. Place to set my spirit free. Rocky Mountain melody, these things are a part of me. Montana, Montana, my home. I had a dream of how heaven's supposed to be. When I die, it's where I wanna go. 'Cause there's mountains full of trees, meadows carpeted in green, silent snowfall, clear running stream. Yes, there's no place like Montana. Big sky country, my home. A place to set my spirit free. Rocky Mountain melody, these things are a part of me. Montana, Montana, my home. Montana.
I was hoping the sun would come out when that song is played. It makes you feel good. And now let me introduce the senior member of the Missoula County Commissioners in the middle of her third 6-year term, Jean Curtis.
Good morning. Thank you for coming, and thank you to all of your vets. And we do all remember Dan as he's getting better. So Dan's theme for today is that about women who served. And it was funny because last night when I left the office, I told everybody I didn't have a speech. And on Facebook popped up this story about the first Native American woman to be in the Marine Corps. And her name is Minnie Spotted Wolf, and she is from Heart Butte, Montana. So it was in July of 2013 that she joined the Marines. She had tried to join the military before that, and they told her that it was really for men, not girls. And so she stalled it off a while, but she stuck to her dream. And she had grown up on a ranch, you know, working hard as you do on ranches. So you drive posts and you drive a truck and you break horses and all of those things. So the physicality of that ranch work had prepared her. She said while the boot camp was hard, it wasn't too hard. She served a total of 4 years in the United States Marine Corps. She was not only a heavy equipment operator, but she also drove visiting generals on the bases in California and Hawaii. And after 4 years of service, as a lot of Montanans do, she came back to Montana. She married and she went and got a degree to teach school, and she taught school for 29 years. She passed away in 1988. So though she was the first Native American woman to enlist in the Marine Corps, she was not the only Blackfeet to give service in the armed forces during World War II. And of course, we know that in Montana, our natives are proud to serve and have served a lot, and we've had that represented here. So we can be proud that we had the first woman Marine. I think the Marine's birthday was yesterday, the Marine Corps. I also want to remind you again about the Missoula Veterans Court, and if you'd like to join and be a mentor, there's some papers on the back there by the coffee, because they're actually doing a training to help you be a mentor. So it's veterans mentoring veterans, and the information is back there. So again, thank you for being here, and on a day when the courthouse is not closed, you'll have to go in and see. We're almost done with our remodeling of the place to honor 100, since 1908 it's been standing here. Happy Veterans Day.
Thank you, Commissioner Curtis. Last year, Post 101 started an award for individuals who have given back to veterans in service. And this year, we are honored to be able to give the Friend of Veterans Award to Special Master Brenda Desmond. She works in the courthouse, has been handling the Veterans Court, dealing with issues specifically associated with veterans. And we know the trauma that comes with serving in war and the issues that you come back with. And she has tremendous expertise in these areas and very sensitive to those issues over the years, and has helped a lot of veterans get back on their feet again. And I'd like to introduce her now and present her with the award and have her make a few remarks.
Thank you, Mike. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to thank Post 101 for giving me the award of Friend of the Veterans. I am proud to be the recipient. The success of the Missoula Veterans Court, though, must be attributed to many people, including local veterans who helped begin the program, such as retired Colonel John S. Keefe. I thought I'd mention him because he was born in Ireland, and I think we're thinking about Dan Gallagher today, too, Mr. Ireland. The current and former court staff, especially court coordinator Hannah Halden and veterans Stephen Hale and Crystal Bowden, the court team, professionals from the treatment field, the criminal justice field, the Missoula VA, Fort Harrison, and the Missoula Vet Center, and community members who have assisted us in so many ways, including Missoula County, Partnership Health Center, St. Patrick Hospital, and a shout out to Gloria Rourke, who organizes with quilters the Veterans Christmas Party each year, and her Cookie Brigade. Essential to the operation of the Veterans Court are volunteer veteran mentors, as Commissioner Curtis just mentioned, who act as the participants' trusted friend and continue the service to our country that they began when they first entered the military. Finally, I am thankful for what I have learned from the veterans who have been in our program. Their dedication to service, their hard work, their determination to get back on the path they want to be on and the one that they were on when they entered the military. When we meet them, they have stumbled, their lives have gone awry. But as they go about the very hard work of changing their lives for the better, they demonstrate to us The real meaning of courage, as the well-known quote says, courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the silent voice at the end of the day that says, I will try again tomorrow. On this Veterans Day, let us challenge ourselves to address the unacceptable problems veterans in need have to get the timely care that they need, deserve, and have earned. Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda, for your selfless service. I mean, she just has been tremendous and very sensitive in every way she could be to the issues and both mental and physical that the veterans are going through. Well, a veteran ceremony would not be complete without hearing from our federal representatives, and here is Deb Franzen from Senator Tester's office to read a letter from Senator Tester.
Thank you, Mike. Senator Tester's very sorry he can't be here today. He's on the other side of the state. He's going to be in Terry, Montana. I know, I had to look it up. Thank you for allowing me to share a few words, and thank you for your service. I want to wish all of the veterans and their families across Montana a happy Veterans Day. The folks who serve this nation have sacrificed so much, and our country is stronger today because of your commitment to defending the freedoms that we too often take for granted. Whenever our country is in need, Montanans have answered the call to duty, so it is no surprise that there are more veterans per capita in Montana than almost any other state in the nation. That is why, as Montana's only member of the Senate Veterans Affairs Committee, I've committed to passing legislation that reduces barriers to care for all veterans, both at the VA and within your community. I'm sponsoring the Veterans First Act to address the issues plaguing the Veterans Choice Program and ensure that you have better access to the health care that you have earned. I'm also working with Republicans and Democrats to make sure Vietnam veterans have better access to the resources they need as they continue to age, which includes investing in more caregiver services and boosting access to disability benefits as a result of Agent Orange exposure. This nation is grateful for your service, and I will continue to hold the VA accountable for all of the folks who have served. Additionally, it's important to recognize that today there are still Montanans deployed overseas in harm's way. So please take a minute today and pray for the safety of our service members and for the well-being of their families. As always, if you're having issues with the VA or any other benefits you've earned, please contact my office. Once again, thank you for your service. Sincerely, Senator John Tester. Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah. And now to represent Senator Daines is Dan Stusik from his local office.
Thank you, Mike. Deb, I think our bosses have that in common. I believe the senator's over in Sydney today. So I'm honored to be with you and honored to be here on the senator's behalf and with you today. Dear friends, thank you for the opportunity to address you today. It is an honor and privilege to serve as a United States Senator for the more than 100,000 veterans and service members in our great state. On this day each year, we gather across Montana and all around America to show our respect and honor for those who have given their service to our country. For decades, our enemies have tested our strength, yet we continue to demonstrate our resolve. America and the world are better places because of the courage our veterans and service members have shown. We also keep the memories of those who made the ultimate sacrifice or missing in action. They answered the call to service, and because of them, we all enjoy the freedoms that come with being an American. Veterans bring invaluable leadership and knowledge to the workforce for their time in service. And I'd like to personally thank the 8 veterans on my staff who are dedicated to serving other veterans and service members and helping them get the benefits they deserve. Today, as we enjoy time with our family and friends, let us not forget those who remain in harm's way. They are our moms, dads, sisters, and brothers, and our dear friends. And let us remember the veterans in our Montana family who are no longer with us. In 2016, Montana lost 3 nationally recognized World War II veterans, Dr. Joseph Medicine Crow, an Army veteran, and the last of North America's Great Plains war chiefs, David Thatcher, Missoula native, and Army Corps veterans of Japan following the attack on Pearl Harbor, and Ben Steele, an Army Corps veteran in survival of the Battle of Bataan and the Bataan Death March. These veterans exemplify the spirit of America's greatest generation because of their courage and service, and the courage and service of all Americans, veterans, and the world are better and safer places. Today I pause with my fellow countrymen and thank those who have served and continue to serve the greatest nation on earth. To all of Montana's veterans, thank you so much for your service. If I can ever be of service to you, do not hesitate to contact me. God bless you, and God bless the great state of Montana. Sincerely, Steve Daines.
Thank you, Dan. And I don't believe we have a letter from Congressman Zinke. But now let's go into the keynote addresses, and it's my pleasure to introduce Sam Redfern, who is an Iraq War vet, a Post 101 member, and he'll be introducing one of our keynote speakers.
Thank you, Mr. Halligan. Mike, Dan Gallagher always figures out a way to shorten these ceremonies, and our thoughts and prayers are with him, your family. Thank you all for being here today. I'm really honored to introduce one of our keynote speakers, Staff Sergeant Vanessa Josie, the first female combat veteran that has spoken at this ceremony that I'm aware of, and we're very honored to have you here. I won't go, it's a long bio, so I will say I served with her in Mosul, Iraq. Some of you know Mosul. She's currently working in public affairs. She has 12 years of service in the United States Army, 5 years active, and is an Iraq combat vet. She does excellent work on behalf of female veterans, and so I hope you give her a hearty Missoula welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam, for bringing up my speech. Hope you're all ready for this. Anybody bring along any lawn chairs with you? No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that to you. First of all, I want to mention a few names you may know. Harriet Tubman, B. Arthur. These are our females that have served in the United States military, and very proudly did so. Today I represent one of 22 million veterans in the United States. I represent one of the 9% that are female in the United States. Before I go any further, I want to say thank you to Missoula. Thank you to United States of Hope. Thank you to Sam for inviting me. All the distinguished visitors as well. Thank you. Are there any Gold Star families out here? Gold Star families are those that have lost soldiers, family members, loved ones during the war. And I want to say thank you. I appreciate your backup there. Women veterans actually have given so much to what we have been trying to accomplish as a country. We have taken the look of the military from the infantry look, that typical male that you always see on the cover of Soldier magazine, or you see when they represent us at a football game or at a ceremony such as this. We are kind of their softer side, your more human side, the communicators. We are the ones that make sure that we go in, we can communicate with those other countries and say, hey, we're not here to take over, we're here to make you as strong as we are. This has been a very, very long war since 2001. It was a very devastating way to start it off, but here we are today, still stronger as America. Here we are today, stronger as Montana. Here we are today, stronger as Missoula. And I'm grateful to be able to stand here as a female vet and say, I'm stronger as a person, stronger as a soldier. More importantly, I'm stronger as a mother. Why do I serve? I serve because this is a great country. I serve because there is nothing else that I would rather be doing. I serve because my son, who is also a combat vet and about ready for his second tour, says, Mom, boot camp was hard, but being raised by you was harder. He says, Mom, there is nothing that makes me stand straighter stand taller, stand more proud than to know that you are also serving there. And if you serve for this great country, why shouldn't I? All of us women are here and we raise our sons, our daughters to a certain way of life. Never, ever, ever hold your children back. My son to this day says if he ever has a daughter, that he will never hold his daughter back because he knows that through the eyes that he has had, that his mother has done great things. I don't know where he got that from, but okay. His mother has done great things, not only for herself, for her family, but for her country. And I know that any daughter, therefore my granddaughter, will be able to do great things for her country in the future. Whenever you see a female veteran, understand that they are standing there on the sideline with those men as well. We are stronger together. We make this a more well-rounded military force. All of the services, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Merchant Marine, we're all one big family, one very large group of battle buddies. We all touch each other and are a part of each other, and we will call each other at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, I know you're awake anyway, but I have something I need to say. I love you, brother. I love you, sister. And I know that you understand what I'm going through. Every single day we hear our veterans fighting for everything that they need through the VA, through the medical system. I want to say thank you to all of the communities who also stand beside them to say, yes, they fought for our country. Please, let's fight for them to get what they need now. Never ever underestimate the power of the community, the power that you have to make us stronger as veterans, make us stronger as people, make us stronger as soldiers, make us stronger and more proud as family members. The community of Missoula, the community of Montana, the community of the United States of America, you make us stronger, and we thank you every single day for the love and the support that you give us. Thank you for honoring all of our veterans who have served. Thank you for honoring all the veterans who are still serving. And in essence, you are still laying the foundation and honoring the soldiers and the veterans who will serve in the future. This right now is a beautiful picture. I love what I see. You are all here to support all of us, and we love all of you for everything that you give us. Again, thank you. God bless this country. God bless Missoula, first indeed.
Thank you, Sergeant Josie. Thanks for coming all this way, and you got the blue sky to come out. That's a good sign. Now let me introduce a gentleman who was in the House of Representatives in the state of Montana. He was in the Montana Senate and then became the president of the Montana Senate. He was Secretary of State for 8 years and now is our current Lieutenant Governor. Could I introduce for you Mike Cooney?
Well, thank you all very much. First, let me say, Brenda, congratulations on your award. Well deserved. Sergeant Josie, thank you for those inspirational words. Appreciate your being here so much. I want to thank all of you for allowing me to join you here in Missoula for the 35th Veterans Day event to honor the service and sacrifice of veterans in this community and across our state. It's fitting that I'm here. 1976, as Mike mentioned, I was elected to the House of Representatives. The first official speech that I was asked to give was on Veterans Day back then. It was the first speech I ever had to give, and it's fitting that this is the first speech that I am giving since being officially elected Lieutenant Governor. Thank you for having me. Montana has among the highest rate of military service per capita, as Senator Tester's letter pointed out, in the nation. There are a lot of reasons for this high rate of service, but at the core of them is gratitude and recognition for the opportunities afforded us by calling this state our home. We recognize that we are fortunate to live here, and with that comes a responsibility to give back through service. So men and women volunteer to serve. They come from large cities like Billings and Missoula, small communities like Roberts and Alzada. They don the uniform and they leave their homes to serve. They serve in faraway places like Iraq and Afghanistan. They also serve here at home during times of emergency. They don't get bogged down in the politics behind their mission. They just do their mission with honor and skill. They leave their families behind, missing births, first steps, and graduations. Governor Bullock and I know that it's not just the men and women who wear the uniform who serve. It's also their husbands, their wives, their parents and grandparents, their sons and daughters. They too sacrifice, having their loved ones there for things that we take for granted, like first days of school. While we honor the service and sacrifice of our veterans, I want to make sure we keep in mind their families as well. When we ask our fellow Montanans to serve, we're not simply asking them to sacrifice for us. We're making a promise that when they serve, they'll have the resources and support to successfully complete their missions. And just as important, when they return home, we'll support their transition back to civilian life by ensuring they can access medical care for their wounds, both physical and mental, and that they can find a job that allows them to care for themselves and their families, and that they can leverage the skills they gained while serving to further their educational career. It's no secret that in the past our country has not always lived up to our promise to these veterans. Far too many served our nation bravely, only to fall through the cracks when they return home. In Montana, I'm pleased to say that we've taken important steps to ensure that we always keep this promise. We've made the most substantial investment in the full spectrum of mental health services in our state's history, ensuring that no matter what level of mental health care a veteran needs, big or small, they have access to that care. Through the HELP Act, we've brought home our federal tax dollars to extend health care coverage to up to 70,000 Montanans, including up to 7,000 veterans, helping to expand access to health coverage for those who receive health care through the VA, and extending coverage to those who serve valiantly but do not qualify for VA services. Through the expansion of prior learning assessment at Montana colleges and universities, we're ensuring that our military men and women get academic credit for those skills. And through the Department of Labor and Industry, we expanded services to veterans who have struggled to secure a job. Services as simple as assistance in developing a resume that clearly communicates the skills they have, to more intensive assistance such as helping veterans who have disabilities as a result of their service, that have struggled to find work, find a job that can accommodate their needs. While we've taken important steps to keep our promise to veterans, we must recognize that our work on this is never done. We can never fully repay our veterans for the service and sacrifice, but we must never stop trying. And we must always remain vigilant and forward-thinking when new challenges for the veterans emerge. As I close, I want to challenge you to continue to honor the thousands of service members who have given their lives in pursuit of our freedoms long after this event ends. I want to once again thank you all for allowing me to be a part of this celebration, to show our commitment and gratitude to our veterans here in Missoula, across Montana, and the United States of America. Most importantly, though, I want to thank the men and women who have served our state and nation bravely, as well as those who currently serve, and their families who have sacrificed with them. Thank you, and God bless Montana, God bless the United States of America. Thank you all.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor Cooney. And now, as a tradition for Post 101, we normally have symbols of the veterans community brought up to the front, and we have representatives who will be doing that as we speak, and then we have flowers out in front at some point after that. will have the presentation of flowers as well.
Barely even 18, not sure what lies in store. Small town girl with dreams of moving on. Graduate on Friday, basic training in the fall. Listed like my mom had done. Didn't quite expect to be called away so soon. I packed up, destination was unknown. Just like those before me, I go where duty calls. Stand beside the others in the storm. Days and nights, they are so long. Mission is so clear. Have to fight for all those who live each day in fear. I'm a daughter, I'm a sister. Freedom fighter for us all. I won't falter, never failing. Keep on pushing through. Giving up my life for me and you. A little home and family, I got deployed again. Second to this time, Afghanistan. Hated so to leave them, but I march on with pride. Missed my son's first birthday, but tried to call. IED was all I heard. Next thing that I saw were the lights above my bed, but no memory at all. I'm a daughter, sister, now a mother. Freedom fighter for us all. I won't falter, never failing. I keep on pushing through. Giving up my life for me and you. Trying to adjust, but the demons haunt my dreams. Gotta try to cope and go back home. It'll never be the same, but with a little help and my family for now, the pain seems to be gone. Think about all those who lost their lives and everything I have.
So before and while the song is playing, before we start the flower placement, we all know that a free society depends on its individual citizens committing to give back to that country that gives them so much. So as we celebrate the veterans who have given back not only when they commit to go to the service, God bless them for that, but if you notice in any club you're in, I don't care if it's a Kiwanis or a Rotary or some association, you'll find veterans giving back. That service to their country that they learned during the time that they spend in the service is something that stays with them for the rest of their life. So before we end then, Dan would love to be here, and Dan would have a much longer speech that I'm giving now. And that would be a good thing, probably, because he always has important things to say. But the heartfelt, I think, thanks we have for his involvement over the years also extends, to his family. And so if I could have the family come up for just a second so that we can thank them, because they're the ones that when Dad's in the hospital, put this all together. I got the call last night at 10 o'clock to come and MC. And but I knew we'd see so many friendly faces, so many committed people. So if I could get Carrie and Brian and Aaron. Thank you for your service on behalf of your father. I appreciate it very much. So now we're at the point in the ceremony where we are essentially adjourned, but we always like, for those of you who want to honor a loved one, to be able to place a flower at the podium down here and to honor that person in your family or the persons in your family who are veterans that you'd like to honor. So as we play this music, essentially the program is completed, but don't forget, if you are a veteran, over at the Old Post, there is the chip beef on toast that all of us recall. I ate a lot of it myself, and I'm still alive to say it. Anyway, there is a free meal over at the Old Post Cafe, and so why don't we proceed with the ending part of the ceremony. And I said thank you all for coming, and we are adjourned, except for please place a flower here for your loved one.
No, I can do it.
I had that surgery and